Okay, it looks like it's 6:30, so I would like to call this February 15th Planning Commission meeting to order. Make sure the on-air light's on. It's been on for a while. So I guess we're ready to go. Could I please get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make that motion.
There's a motion.
No,
Is there-
second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Agenda is approved. Next is number 3, approval of the minutes from December 14th. Could I get a motion to approve the minutes?
A motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the minutes from December 14th. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries. New business, we're going to talk about Carver Place final plat. Planner Smith?
Thanks.
Oh, sorry, Community Development Director Smith.
That's okay. No harm. Thank you. Tonight we're discussing final plat for Carver Place. One second. Okay, there we go. So an overview of what we're looking at tonight. I'll do a staff presentation. I'll ask the development team to come up. We'll have a discussion with them. Planning Commission will deliberate. We're looking for a recommendation to the City Council tonight on final plat for Carver Place. So what is the final plat? It's the final review for the Planning Commission. So this will be the last time that you formally see this project, Carver Place specifically. City Council will complete the same review. We don't have that date set quite yet. We have a little bit of work to do on the engineering plans, but we're getting pretty close. But anticipated in the next couple weeks that it will go to City Council for final review. Generally, at final plat, we're looking for, is it a confirmation of what we saw at preliminary plat? Preliminary plat is typically where we hash out most of our major issues. We try to get the project as close as possible to being completed. The Planning Commission reviewed this project on December 14th, offered a recommendation to the City Council. City Council reviewed at their second meeting in January and approved preliminary plat on a 5-0 vote. So went through both Planning Commission and City Council very recently. The final plat is always recorded. After that, after everything is recorded, the final plat, the development agreement, any easements that we need, the developer can move forward with a building permit. So this is the last step that you'll see. I'll give you construction updates throughout the project, but this will be the last formal time you see Carver Place. So let's talk a little bit about where we're located. So we are directly south of Carver Station, the Park and Ride, and Carver Crossing. So highlighted in yellow is the entire site that's currently owned by the Carver County Community Development Agency, or the CDA. So this is the piece that they're looking to develop. Carver Place will run east-west on the southern portion of the property. Some development details. It's a 60-unit apartment building. There's 15 one-bedroom units, 32 bedroom and 15 three-bedroom, 95 parking stalls, 70 of those underground, 25 at surface level, and there's ADA accessibility throughout the unit. Site plan for the building, so you'll see again Carver Place is the east-west building. The north-south building is a future project that we are looking forward to working on with the CDA, which will be called Carver Oaks. So again, Carver Place is the building, oops, sorry. Oh, you can't see it, never mind. Something just popped up on my screen. So you'll see there is access from the Carver Crossing parking lot, as well as an additional access on Hartwell. There's a big stormwater basin on the rear of the property, landscaping throughout, so just a general overview of what the project looks like. On the screen now is the plat, so the document that we're looking for you to approve, a really formal planning document, but this is a document that gets recorded, shows us easements, access points, outlots, etc. So again, here's the split between Carver Place and Carver Oaks. Part of why a platting process is required is to create that lot line. So between the two buildings, Carver Place will develop shortly. Carver Oaks, we're anticipating to come to the Planning Commission in the next couple months, but through this platting process, we're creating that lot line. So thinking through the zoning for the project, the site is currently zoned R2 PRD, or Residential 2, with a planned residential development overlay, which a lot of Carver is, frankly. A lot of our residential developments hit that same zoning district. The project does meet all setback requirements, height requirements, and parking requirements from the city code. Rezoning is not required for this project. It was completed in 2015. So just confirmation that the project continues to meet the zoning that's approved. And then in our comp plan, the property is highlighted in yellow on the right. So left is our full plan, right is a zoom in. It's a little bit tough to tell on this map, but it's a shade darker than single family. So this hits medium density residential. The property, along with Carver Crossing and Copper Hills, hits 8 units per acre, which falls in the range of our medium density requirement for the comp plan. A visual of what the building will look like. So this would be if you're standing at Carver Crossing looking south. And then the floor plan. So the two images on the screen right now, the bottom is obviously the parking garage. So things like a trash enclosure, parking stalls, ADA spaces available there. And then the first level of the building, which includes lobby, a mailroom, community room, fitness, a couple offices, and a conference room for residents and CDA staff to use. You'll see a variety of the units throughout the first floor, as well as the second and third. And then just some examples of what the units look like. So the one bedroom, it's a full one bedroom with no studios in this building, full bathroom, full bedroom, and then one bathroom. Laundry is in each unit of these, is in each of these units throughout the entire building. And then once you hit the 2-bedroom, you bump up to also a 2-bathroom. So really generous units ranging from 700 square feet to about 1,200 square feet. And an example of the 3-bedroom unit. Renderings of what the building will look like from both sides. So top is north looking south. The bottom is south as if you're standing in Oak Tree looking north. Really generous landscape plan is included in the plans, which has a mix of overstory and coniferous trees, including Scotch pine, river birch, black hill spruce, linden, especially adjacent to oak tree. There's a pretty extensive landscape buffer between the existing Lennar development oak tree that's south and the current project. And then thinking through lighting on the project, so this is the photometric plan, so it shows where the lights are on the property. You'll see that none of the spillage of the lights enters into any residential property. So thinking through oak tree, the neighbors, they'll be largely shielded with that landscaping, but also the lighting and the type of lights that will be included here won't spill into their properties. So again, the plat's on the screen now, the formal document that gets recorded. Some additional project details. Park dedication is being paid in cash in lieu of land. So about $244,000 going into our park dedication fund. A traffic study was completed in 2012. The information was looked at again by Bolton and Menk in 2023, and everything was affirmed by them that yes, the traffic study continued to hold up. And something that was interesting is that a lot of the projects that the 2012 traffic study contemplated are completed now. So Ironwood and JCP have both been fully reconstructed that allow this project to move forward without issue. Utilities are also constructed for build out, and there is capacity available in our system, and it's a fully sprinkled building. For the project review on the city level, it gets reviewed by planning, engineering, legal, fire, and administration. And then outside of the city, Carver County Public Works looks at this project because it's adjacent to JCP, which is County Road 11, and the CCWMO, which is the Carver County Water Management Organization. So again, I'll look at the building. I'll also say a lot of these slides probably look really familiar. You saw them in December. If anyone was watching this for the first time and is looking for some additional information, the preliminary plat presentation was a little bit slower. I went through a full timeline of the project, but knowing that this is a project you've seen many times, I condensed a little bit. So Allison, Steve, do you want to come up, join the conversation, introduce yourselves if you don't mind?
Welcome.
Good evening, Commissioner members. I'm Allison Strike, the Deputy Director at Carver County CDA.
Hello, Commissioners. My name is Steve Dunbar with Ivy Properties. The owners are up on behalf of the CDA.
Any questions from the commission?
We went over this pretty thoroughly.
Yes, we did.
When we say the building is fully sprinkled, does that include the garage, parking garage?
Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
Anyone? I'm afraid we did too good of a job first time around.
'Tis true.
Well, we have been talking about this project for a while. so-
Yes, that timeline that I put together, thinking back to 2010, like this is
Yeah.
a long time coming, so.
Right.
And the last time was just December.
Yes, it was like,
Oh, yeah. it
like
was
7
just
weeks ago.
December.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your input.
Thank you.
Sorry, I answered the one question.
Do we want to discuss anything? Are we discussed out? Okay. I guess then at that point, let's see. I guess we ask for a motion. A motion to recommend approval of the final plat for Carver Place. Could somebody like to make that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Jim. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you very much, Krista. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? The motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Look forward to it. Okay, let's move down to communications. Who are we going to hear from today?
Me, I have a bunch of those.
Okay. Here we
Had to
go.
make this meeting a little bit longer for you at least.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so some upcoming projects that we'll be working on, / the city council will be working on. The Eastern Carver County Schools Transportation Facility is beginning some stages of planning work to be located in Carver. I'm going to pull up GIS quick and I'll show you the location. I'll get the base map up. Okay, so Fleet Farm is here, Lakeview Industries is here. This is formerly Joe Wickenhauser's property, pretty infamous farmer in Carver County. The school district has the lower 20 acres under contract right now. So access will be off Commerce Drive, which is the extension that gets you to Lakeview Industries into their site. This property has a lot of processes that need to happen, so it needs to be annexed into the city. The first review that the Planning Commission will see is a comprehensive plan amendment. So Joe Wickenhauser had the property in Ag Preserve, which is a way for farmers to get a little bit of a tax break through the county. At that point, any property that's an Ag Preserve on our comp plan is guided agriculture, even though we know it's going to develop differently. We have it guided in another map, commercial industrial mix, which is project fits. We'll likely go public institutional for the zoning. So we'll do, city council will do annexation, planning commission will start the comp plan process, we'll do platting, we'll do rezoning, lots of meetings upcoming.
How many acres is it going to be for this project?
20, the piece in total is like 78 acres. So it's roughly,
So they're moving out of downtown Chaska to here?
correct.
Gotcha.
Yep. All buses will be stored indoors, so that was something that was important to us and the city council, that it would be indoor storage. The district held a neighborhood meeting with adjacent property owners in November just to let them know about the project and start soliciting some feedback. So much more to come on that project, but just wanted to give you a heads up that the city council will start seeing some information for annexation, and then the planning commission will start reviewing several review processes related to a transportation facility on this property. Second is that we are going to have a pretty big shift in the planning commission in the next couple weeks. So interviews are on February 26th. So Daniel and his family are moving, which we're super sad about. So opening up a spot. Reed spot is vacant on the planning commission. Mary Nelson is not reapplying, and then Phil is also stepping away. So I had some zoning code updates for all of you, but I saved you some trouble tonight because we'll wait until the full group is together, the new full group, which will come in March. So we'll get maybe some new faces on the planning commission. I know Jim is interviewing on the 26th. So a new group in March. So we'll have some work to do to get some people up to speed, which will be good, but also get some new perspectives, new feedback from different people. So anticipate in March starting to look at the commercial districts. Something else that we're working on a lot at the city is the Miriam Junction Trail. So the city council packet went out today for the meeting on Tuesday. City Hall is closed on Monday for the Miriam Junction Trail, which is the the bridge that will span the Minnesota River from Scott County into Carver. So you can see in the background of this picture where the bridge will touch down. So near the tugboat, near Getaway Motor Cafe, near our future downtown park. So members from the Scott County team and city staff will be giving a presentation at the work session on Tuesday, the 20th. So if you're interested in that project, tune into that work session. It's available, live stream, check it out later if you want to. But a really exciting project that I think will transform our downtown. So we're excited to start work.
Really exciting.
It
Is
is.
that going to shift from where the old bridge was?
Yes.
Left or right?
Well, which way are you looking?
We're looking to Scott.
Right, closer to Getaway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So here are some views of it. So it tucks in pretty close behind the church.
Yeah.
I feel like all the time when I'm going to Getaway, I see people going up that hill and going onto that trail.
Yeah.
So that trail definitely seems like it's used a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fantastic asset to downtown. So tune in Tuesday if you want some more details. There'll be a big overview of the project. We'll start talking timeline. We're crossing our fingers for completion June 2026. So Daniel, you'll have to come back for a little Carver vacation.
Especially if you can complete the splash pad.
Yes.
The splash pad.
We'll keep working on that too.
I heard Riverside Park would be closed for 2 years.
That is anticipated right now for staging for the project, yes.
Where does this bridge go?
Let's see if there's the full map. There sure is. So this is,
It was corn mines if you want.
Oh, I didn't know there was anything on the other side of the river.
so this is the portion connecting into Carver, spanning the river. It runs through the Louisville Swamp, so it's a system of boardwalk and trail with several bridges. And then there'll be a trailhead on the other side of the river as well.
And that's existing already?
No,
Well, there was a trail.
it's a former rail bed, yeah.
Now, will we be able to park in Carver and then walk to the Renaissance?
I have no idea.
Ways, but
I don't think it's that far.
Isn't the Renaissance moving though too?
I don't think so.
It hasn't moved.
I think they got approval to stay.
Yeah, so Jim, there's actually, at the county board meeting, the Scott County, they actually have another system of trails that connects in through Jordan that can get all the way to Shakopee on the Scott County side of the trail there.
Well, but it also goes.
Yeah, it goes south as well, yes.
Down towards Belle
Yeah.
Plaine.
There you go. Have a good walk, Jim.
Well, I mean, we can hear the Renaissance from our house. So I don't think it's as far as you think.
Well, the system is 2.4 miles, so I think it's about here. So maybe, yeah. You let us know. Let us know how that goes.
You could bike it for sure.
Yeah. So again, that meeting's on Tuesday, a really exciting project that we're all looking forward to. Reed is our council liaison this year, so Eric Pershman.
Did he get the shorts?
Yeah.
I did.
Oh,
He couldn't stay
I
away.
lost
New guy?
arm wrestling to Eric.
Yeah, he heard that we were continuing work on the zoning code, and he said, yes, please. And then we are no longer using Zoom at public meetings. So a couple city council meetings ago, we had a group of people attempt to get into our meeting. It happened a couple nights prior in,
Chaska.
no, Aaron, what city does Dave live in? Arden Hills. Natalie got it. So Dave, our city attorney,
he lives.
Dave, our city attorney, lives in Arden Hills. He started to recognize what was happening. He and Brenda Good worked wonders during the meeting. I was presenting the information about Carver Place, and I don't think you would know if you were watching the video, like the amount of buzzing around that was happening in this room. So they did a really nice job making sure that people could not get in to the meeting. So we're deciding to move away from Zoom meetings that wasn't being well utilized by the public. So we're moving away from it just to avoid the Chaska incident, the Arden Hills incident. It feels like they're starting to really target communities that have Zoom offerings. And then just a couple upcoming projects that we're continuing to work on. Timber Creek 5 is in for review right now. So that will wrap up the final phase of Timber Creek. And then Carver Oaks, which will be the 43 senior units adjacent to Carver Place. So the second CDA project. Recently, they were awarded the funding that was required, so I'm anticipating they'll start work. I think construction of Carver Place will happen summer 2024, and I suspect Carver Oaks will happen summer 2025. So that site will build out really quickly. Hopefully they can do some cost sharing with getting a construction crew there for both buildings. So
Great.
some upcoming things to look forward to, but those are my communications.
So you're getting away from Zoom. What are you going to?
So the meetings are all live streamed on Granicus. Zoom was an opportunity if people wanted to log into the meeting and participate. Post when we were doing full meetings online, we haven't had people participate via Zoom. So people are welcome to send us an email, give us a call, show up to a meeting. You can call in, but the Zoom wasn't being utilized enough for the risk that it was starting to feel like.
In Zoom, you can't come in incognito. For the Facebook, you can, so they don't know you're watching.
Yes, truth. So those are my updates.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Board members, any communications?
I have a question.
Yes.
There's the park board. Is that going to be starting again in 2023?
Parks Advisory Group, yes, I'm trying to nail down a Learn to Pickleball event for the group.
Okay.
Okay, Cindy, I think it
Cindy
sounds
wants to
fun.
teach it. Instructor right here. Okay.
I just want to play it.
Come to it. I'll send you an email. It's gonna be
Okay,
fun.
all right. Jim?
We're thinking about ordering more copies of Historic Carver from John Von Walter. So if anybody's interested, the new one, the next version will be a soft cover. And it'll
That's
be
excellent.
a little cheaper.
And I'll say we've already used it several times at City Hall as a reference. So it's great. It's really fascinating and overwhelming.
It
All the
is.
work that he's done, but it's really amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything to share? Nope. She said nope.
Just thanks, Daniel, for being on the planning commission.
Yeah.
Worked with you, so good luck in.
You'll be the next
Moorhead.
meeting.
You have one meeting left, don't you?
Right?
No, we just discussed them. This is it.
So
Oh,
So where are you moving?
Moorhead.
thank you very much for,
Yeah, building a house in Moorhead and to move closer to family. But gonna miss Carver though.
You can come back and see us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think
there's a great Airbnb above Getaway.
That's right.
that, and we might end up having to like live there for just a little bit. Yeah, things like that. Well, still in the air.
All right, very good. We're all done with communicating. Aaron, do you have anything? No, okay. Could I please get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
There's a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
I will second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed? Motion carries. We're
How
adjourned.
suitable for your last act on the planning commission.
Yep.
Second.